Hello chaps, something a little bit different today, or something new. I've actually got another DJI mounted on my handlebars. So we can get slightly more views. It's an absolutely gorgeous Saturday. Warm, sunny, bright, lovely, absolutely lovely. Didn't do anything last weekend because the one day that was quite nice I had household tasks to do, and the following day it was windy, rainy, grey, horrible, didn't want to go out, so no video. But today it's a completely different story. I'm kind of heading in the direction of Arundel again. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go, but there's some areas around there that we didn't look at last time, so possibly there, or if I think of something else on the way there, we may go somewhere else, but that's all part of the fun. It's a nice ride out, so enjoy. So maybe just a bit more information about the setup. I've got another DJI Osmo Action 4. One mounted on a bracket. It's actually mounted off of the mirror, and I can see it's rattling about quite a bit at the moment, so it might need a bit more modification to get it quite right. The other one, the forward facing one, is on my neck mounts, which you might be able to see now. Found that to be really convenient and comfortable and easy to do so far. The chest mount was quite good as well, but it was a bit awkward to put on and off. And I still haven't got a chin mount. But you know, it's doing the job. It's my intention to head the back way to Arundel, unless I change my mind, which should take us through some quite pretty little, I suppose, villages, but they're quite spread out along a minor road. We'll be looking at Barnum and Yapton. Just coming up to the level crossing here, Westergate. Oh, I'm glad that one was up because it stays down forever. This is Westergate. So now the warmer weather's getting here, I've got a few little jobs planned for the scooter. I'm going to take the centre stand off and grease that all up, which sounds like a really easy task, but apparently it's not quite as straightforward as it sounds, due to a massive spring, double spring, that's really difficult to get on and off. But also apparently they're quite prone to rusting in, so this will be interesting. I've also got more nuts and bolts to replace, because I've been replacing all the stripped and knackered nuts and bolts with stainless steel cap heads, just to keep it all from seizing up and also keep it looking tidy. And it is looking quite tidy. and I've got some bodywork bits to do. There's some bits of rust on the front that I want to tidy up and respray some of it with cans. I did get some cans that were meant to be the exact colour, but they weren't quite, so I'm going a slightly different colour silver, and I found a Mercedes, Halford's Mercedes M020, which is close. It's not the same, it's close, but it looks really nice. And as I cover more and more the bike with it, it's going to look similar to how it used to look, but in a slightly more modern colour that would be easier to match. So I've got some spare new bits of plastic that I'm spraying up now ready, so I can do a straight swap when it comes to the right time, including the front mudguard, which again sounds like a really easy job, but it's not an easy job. You have to take the fork off to be able to get the mudguard off, so that will also be fun. But it's all sprayed up, ready to go, wrapped up in bubble wrap in the garage. So these are the little villages that sort of lie between Bognor, Fontwell, Arundel, Littlehampton, I guess, in one respect. Quite rural down here. Obviously modern housing estates, but they're everywhere. Here we are, Barnum. It really is a perfect day for riding. I've also been out today and bought a big security chain because I've been a bit paranoid about getting off the scooter and leaving it. In fact, I still am, purely because I hear people just pick them up and throw them in the back of a van. So I've bought a big chain to hopefully chain the scooter up to something when I do want to get off and go for a stroll, because now I've got the second camera, and also now the weather's nicer. Obviously some of the places that I go to that you can't see when I ride past, it would be nice to get off and actually get a better look. So we're going to go under the railway line here. Ooh. Bit of a rubbish road. Here we go. The other conundrum I haven't tackled yet is how to deal with the audio when I actually take my crash helmet off, because at the moment my audio is a mini mic inside my crash helmet. It's kind of held in place there with a magnet, but it's a little bit difficult to deal with when I get off the bike. So it's going to take a bit of experimentation. So at the moment you may not have much audio when I get off the bike other than the actual camera's audio, which we'll see how that is. in comparison. I think there's an old windmill around this way, or the base of an old windmill. I believe it's just here. I may be mistaken. No, I thought I could have sworn there was a windmill there, but never mind. Right, we're going to go off down here. A little bit of a test to see if I can remember the way this way. But we'll find out, won't we? I think it was that one. I think it's here. Ford Lane, yep. The name is hinting at it being the right one, because this will take us around the back of Ford Airfield. Then we can turn left to Arundel. And in a second here, just going to give a shout out to where I get my stainless steel nuts and bolts. Aaron Fasteners. Buy them in bulk. Excellent service, click and collect. Competitively priced. There you go. PS not sponsored. Having to do a bit of weaving here. There's a bit of a trough in the road I'm trying to stay out of. There we are. There we go. Now we did come this way last time I went to Arundel, but I'm unashamedly gonna go the same way, purely because it's a gorgeous town. Here we are. No, can't be good. People turning around. Oh, just impatient. There goes a train, so we should be through any second. This, is it broken? Apparently it is. Yep. Oh, that's interesting. Right, so we're not going that way, and someone's going to be late getting their letters. Well, it's a nice day, we're out for a ride, let's have a look around, we go another way. There's the plane on the pole, and some massive divots in the road. Ford prison. Talking of little jobs to do this summer, one that I really want to try is clear all the grease out of the hub where the speedo worm gear sits and re-grease the speedo cable. I don't know if you can see my speedo needle, but it just wavers about, jitters about all over the place. And obviously it's giving me a rough indication of what speed I'm doing, but it just annoys me. So I'm going to try and smooth that out, which can't see any reason why that shouldn't be possible at all. Again, I think these are notorious, well, older bikes like this, having the grease sort of turned to plastic in the hub of the front wheel, which is where the speedo is driven from. So I'm going to try and clean that out and put fresh grease in there. And the cable isn't too old because I had to replace that last year. There's a chance the grease in the hub is 20 years old because the bike's 20 years old and it's not something people usually bother to do. So we'll have a look. Is this chap coming across? There we go. So we're going to head Littlehampton direction and go back up to Arundel from there. Actually, I'll tell you what, let's not. Just have an idea. Let's head down here. This is called the rope walk. This is Littlehampton Marina. effectively. Ah, that was a real one. Smelled a two-stroke. Now, LA golf course. Sorry about this. Again, when I used to do a lot of photography, this is a great place to come. There's the other side of this hedge on the left. There's an area with a lot of old boats and old boat wrecks, and there should be a cafe at the end of this. Wow. I think that's what you call a low maintenance road. We've just come for a little stroll because in that big mound of green over there is a Napoleonic Palmerston Fort, which is quite decrepit at the moment, but I believe they're starting to uncover it and tidy it up a bit. Now there's a little bit about it on here. If you can't read it, it says basically this was the prototype and the very first of Lord Palmerston's forts. So these forts were constructed all along our coastline to protect us from the French. So lessons learnt from this one were subsequently used in improved developments of subsequent coastal fortifications. Now there's a ring of 4 or 5 all around the top of Portsmouth. One of them houses the Royal Armoury, and they're quite big, quite impressive. This one's not quite as big as those, but I think we can see a little bit of it if we go up here. Excuse any wobbles, I'm handheld at the moment. It can't be as bad as coming down that bumpy road, but some of the walls. Barrack building would be under that great big lump of green there. See a little bit more here. It will be nice if they uncover this and make it a bit more visible. There we are. Here. So we've just stopped at West Beach Cafe for a drop of coffee. Well, once again, thanks for watching if you came along for the ride, and hopefully see you on the next one. Bye for now.